What I'm about to tell you might sound obvious to some, it might sound crazy to others, and it might sound absolutely preposterous to the rest. But driving the speed limit religiously actually has changed my entire brain chemistry. A couple years ago, I heard about this book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer, and it absolutely changed my life when I read it a couple months ago. The whole premise of the book is about how to stay emotionally healthy in the chaos of the modern world from the aspect of Christianity and through the narrative of the Jesus story. And so to some people that may not be appealing, but I will say regardless of your religious or spiritual upbringing, there is some great truth in this book that will truly transform the way that you live regardless of what your spirituality or religion might look like. There were tons of things in this book that stuck out to me, and I'll probably read it at least once a year just because of how great and insightful it was. But the thing that helped me the most were these little portions at the end of each chapter that just gave you a checklist of practical things that you could do to slow down your life. And I tried to implement as many of these as I could, and I've seen the dividends that it's paid on my life. But the one that really changed my life the most was being religious about driving the speed limit. There is this sense in our world that we need to get and do everything as quickly as possible. And when we're behind the wheel of a car, we have that ultimate control of how fast or slow we're driving. And before reading this book, I would have the tendency to at least go 5 to 10 over the speed limit because there was this sense that I needed to get wherever I was going quicker than what I was. And so I think what happened was by taking something as practical as driving the speed limit, I was depriving myself of that dopamine that my brain was so used to seeking. So for me, depriving myself and saying, no, let's follow the law and do the right thing, I noticed just how quickly I could allow myself to slow down. By simply setting the cruise control to whatever the speed limit was at the time, I instantly felt a sense of stillness, solace, and control that I hadn't felt in a long time. And sure, there's people who are whizzing by me in the fast lane as I'm cruising along, but I'm happier. I'm not in a hurry. I'm able to make my brain slow down and truly focus on the one task at hand. It's insane how something as simple as driving the speed limit will alter your brain chemistry to truly slow itself down and think about things. In our fast-paced world, we're so used to getting to the next thing that we're never actually thinking about the task at hand. But what's interesting is that when you slow yourself down with things like driving the speed limit, you actually get more done because your brain is in a healthy place and is able to focus on whatever is going on. And by creating that space for slowness and stillness, you're allowing your brain to breathe and not be exhausted. So sure, 1,000 quick thoughts are one thing, but a couple of well thought out thoughts might be even better. And this is what's happened when I've been driving the speed limit. I've been able to slow myself down, to think while I drive, to focus on the conversations with my children in the back seat, to not have to worry about getting to that next place in such a hurry, and instead being present to the moment at hand. And this book is amazing. There's like 19 other things that are in there. Everything from detoxing your phone to fully stopping at stop signs to setting parameters for when you check your emails to going on walks and just about everything in between. But that one thing about driving the speed limit truly changed everything for me. So my challenge for you is to try it. Drive the speed limit. Try it for a couple of days. Be a speed Nazi. Every time you see a speed limit, set your cruise control to that speed. Try it, maybe even for a day, and watch what happens. So yeah, that's driving the speed limit and how it's changed my life. Hope it helps you too. Hope it gives you a little bit of steadiness in the midst of all this scariness. See you next time.